Okay, this one is for Hypoxic and the rest of the TRM crew. Some little experiment I'm doing for a certain problem we have. And well, while I'm making this video anyway, let's just share it with my YouTube channel anyway. Might be learned for some other people as well. Hypoxic has a certain problem, which I also have, and many other producers probably also have, which I'm going to try to solve here. At least this is some sort of solution which might be useful. So the problem has to do with a certain way of making kick drums. You really have lots of ways of making them. And one cool trick is first putting a reverb and then distorting that reverb output, which I'm going to show here. Nice wave shaper. First let's listen without the reverb. And now you know why it's a cool trick. And also if you listen to that tail at the end, the dying out, you can also hear why there might be a problem. And if I put the decay up, you will especially hear that. So, the problem is the reverb tail interferes with the next kick drum, and you don't want that. Especially if you put the decay really high, and you might be like, well, don't put the decay that high. I want the decay that high, so let's see how to find a solution for that. Also I want more distortion. Sorry guys, more distortion. Lovely. Let's see. So dissolution to keeping this really awesome big fucking hard kick drum and not making any concessions. There's this fruity envelope controller, and this kind of brings a solution. Since, well, what's the problem? Well, one way to fix this is automation, but then you have to draw it across the entire timeline, and that's something I don't want. I want it pattern based, because let's show another typical project of mine. This is usually how my pattern or my timeline looks like. Kick drum, kick drum, kick drum, kick drum. And if I would have to draw in every little automation here, usually I'm also like, oh, let's change this one with this one. Put this one here, and I'm always like that. I just really listen like, okay, where do I want what? And if I would have to redraw that entire automation every time I do that, is really annoying. Plus I might forget it, which would give pretty weird results. So we want a pattern based. Then there's also something, I'll show that here. It's the channel panning, channel volume, channel pitch, which is also a sort of pattern automation. So you can put the volume here. So now the volume rises up. But that's only for these three effects. You can put any other effects on it, which is what I want. Plus this is also before all the effects, so also the volume one isn't perfect, because if you put a compressor after it, the compressor affects this line. So we want something else, and this is where the envelope controller comes into play. And yeah, it works a bit weird. You might think these knobs are for the envelope. It's like, oh yeah. Hey, why the fuck did it go back? Fuck you. Which was me this afternoon. But apparently you have to change it here, and this is the decay start and this is the sustain. I just have to do it here. Tempo based. No release. And then you can copy this one. Paste here. Then go to Fruity Reverb. Link to controller. Envelope control articulator 1. Well, I already know input only puts it to the half here, so input times 2 makes it go all the way here. Are we there yet? No. Almost. So this one here ends exactly where this one begins, which apparently for the envelope controller is a problem. So that's one of the downsides of the envelope controller. You have to do this, make sure there's a gap here, then it works better. Also, I'm going to put one here as well, since it does have a bit of a tail for some reason. Then I could also lower the attack a little bit. And this one is also very useful for granulizers, which I like to use a lot. Going to show that here. Going to use a snare. One problem I usually have with granulizers is that they have a very long decay with some certain presets. Like this one. The cool thing about granulizers is that they can make really weird sounds. And sometimes I think, oh, let's see what happens if I put one on a kick drum. Which is a pretty stupid idea, but I like stupid ideas, so I do it anyway. So, what happens with the snare? Let's listen. And coming back. Yeah, it just keeps doing that for infinite time. So you have this sort of ambience playing across the entire track, which is a pretty cool ambience, so it's pretty useful. But in case you don't want it, then the previous trick with envelope controllers is also a good idea. But why would anyone want it on a kick drum? Let's have a listen, I guess. Oh, go away. So first word out. Hold on. Also, one thing. to reverb. Here you can just do link to controller. With plugins outside of FL Studio, it's a bit more difficult. No, I didn't want that. Fuck you. Back to where you came from. What I have to do, browse parameters. Then you get the list here. Feedback, exactly the one I want. And here you can do link to controller. So same one. This one is times 1.5. Now let's enjoy. What's even cooler, by the way, I checked this a moment ago. If you put an equalizer here, yeah, that's Natrion signing off. Bye bye.